everyone, my name is Erin, I play The Sims, and you are watching the next episode of Let's Build a Story, guys. Today is going to be our first starter home. We are here on the Streamlit single lot on this unfortunate starter home, in my opinion. We're going to be helping it today. We're going to be doing the Lord's work, charity work, and some of you might say, Erin, that's a little harsh. First of all, it's puke green. Ew. No thank you. Color scheme aside, now that we're out of tab mode, let me pop the walls down and show you this unfortunate floor plan. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So when you walk in is right here is the master bedroom, and that's fine. There are many, many real life houses that have that as a floor plan. That's a-okay. And then you come over here and instead of a hallway, it's got this weird little bathroom. 6x6 bathrooms are great. They're my bread and butter. I get it. But why not place it a little bit more artistically? I don't know. It's very blocky, stacked on top of each other without any rhyme or reason. And then we've got this combined dining space and living room, which is fine. And this inky dinky little kitchen with this horrible fridge placement. Let me put the walls up. There's no reason that this has to be over here like this. Could you not have moved it over and given us one more counter space? What? Why? Why? Or listen, you could have even widened the budget, taken one of these away, and moved this here. Look at that. Instant improvement. Why we didn't do that, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna solve this. It's very poorly lit. I don't like that at all. It is a fine budget for a starter home. You're right in at just over 15,000 simoleons. Usually start with 20,000. So it does answer quite a lot of that. It gives you a budget of about 5,000, a little less than, to fix their stuff. But there's only so much help that this can do. So what we're gonna do, rather than renovate this, I'm just gonna bulldoze it. Let's get rid of that terrain paint first, and then let's go ahead and get this lot bulldozed. Thank goodness, it's gone. Great. So I'm going to be coming at this with my own floor plan. As we've discussed before, Willow Creek is inspired by the real life city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And the architecture, especially in Foundry Cove, is influenced by shotgun style houses, Louisiana Creole cottages, things of that nature. It's why I've chosen to build in the style that I have. I want to come in with a modified shotgun house. It's actually a modification called a camelback. So it's going to be a traditional shotgun style house. We're gonna go, 6 across. I'm actually doing it from this orientation because it's easier for me to count. But we've got 16 back, we have 6 across. So we're just gonna box this in. This is a very traditional shotgun style, very long, very narrow. There are shotguns that have bump outs on them. That's absolutely fine. So the original Streamlit single was okay in that regard. They are normally very tall houses. It is a personal pet peeve of mine to build on medium or tall wall height. So I'm gonna keep this short wall height specifically because we are gonna be trying to save you guys simoleons. And if I can have a shorter staircase, I'm gonna put this on a foundation, which is maybe going to make it more expensive, absolutely gonna make it more expensive, but it's more true to the style. But since my staircase back here or inside the house doesn't have to be so tall, then that'll pay for the staircases that I have to use to get you into the lot. We are going to have a 2-style shotgun house. Normally they are 1 story. And when getting in multiple bedrooms, normally that need is answered by being very, very long to the back. But this is such a short lot. It's only a 15 by 20, so here's our 15, here's our 20, that I can't really do that. So I have to go for a modified version. The modified version that we are going to be using, as I mentioned before, is called a camelback. So what makes it a camelback is that it's very long and narrow, but then it has what could be considered a hump up at the top. So mine is going to be a 5 wide by 6 wide. I'm going to be watching my budget very closely. If we go up here, the lot itself is $1,500. So I only have $18,500 to work with. And right now, as you can see, just putting the basic structure down, I'm using 5,460 simoleons, and I haven't even put in our little stairways or stoops yet. So let's get the roof on, let's get the porch done, let's get the little back stoop done into your side yard. So I am gonna start by just doing this gabled roof, just a normal gabled roof. I'm gonna pull it out to the edge of the building like this. I know I'm going to be doing a porch. So what I like to do in order to make that signature Willow Creek, New Orleans style roof is just pull it out even one over what my structure is. I'm gonna take the flaps, that's not what they're called, but the overhang of the roof, I'm going to move it in. If I had just wanted one side, then I would take those, press shift and hold it down, and while I'm holding it down I would just pull the side that I wanted to manipulate, but I don't have to worry about that. I'm also going to tuck this overhang down on the sides in. Now I know that I don't want the back of this roof to touch what I'm going to have to do up for that second floor, so I'm going to be bringing it down 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. You couldn't see the 3 very clearly, but I felt it, you know? So I'm gonna duplicate this because it's got the right pitch now and just move her in. Wonderful. And it does, for those of you that have eyes, this does look a little weird. This absolutely looks a little weird, but I'm gonna post a reference image that I was able to find, one of many, that this is, you know, this is real life, or it's affected by real life, and we've got constraints that we have to live with. We have families that grow. It's really not practical in New Orleans to, or Louisiana in general, to have basements. The ground just doesn't hold them well. So if you're going to take all that real estate that you have in your house, the potential real estate, and say, hey, I have a growing family, let's say, and we have more needs of bedrooms, if I want to expand this house, it doesn't make sense to dig down into an area that floods, right? It makes more sense to build up. So that's what they do, especially in a lot that doesn't lend itself well to expanding outward. I think this is a really good answer to those questions. And I love this option too, because you can extend this camelback as far as you guys want to when you are ready to expand your families. So you can keep this as your budget grows, as your family grows, as big up here. You can add as many bedrooms as you want to, but for right now, I'm just going to start the camelback for you, and then y'all can add to it as you need. So I'm gonna add some roof trim because it's free. Thank goodness. This would not be free IRL, but that's not convenient, so we're just not going to really pay much attention to that. Very next, we are going to fence in that porch. So I'm gonna go to base game for this because I know the color scheme that I want. Unfortunately, we're losing a little bit of simoleons here. These are pretty expensive as far as fencings go. There are definitely cheaper fencings with other packs. Guys, this is not a pack restricted build, but I'm gonna try to keep the outside base game, or as base game as possible, simply because it's got some of the color schemes that I wanna work with. I've also limited my options by not building on medium wall height, which is frustrating, but it's a sacrifice that we had to make. So we've got the little fence in. There isn't enough space now for the stairs to come off. I wish there was, but there isn't. So we're gonna do it off to the side. That's how we're gonna answer that. I'm also, to save simoleons, because I know that my stairs are gonna go off to the side, just get rid of this fence. It helps us to save so that I can get what I need. I am gonna do this sturdy stairs. The unremarkable staircase, I think, is what's gonna help us out inside because I need the swatches. But while we don't need to have maybe the best quality or the most color swatch options, these will do. And we're also gonna get rid of this little foundation because that'll save us a few simoleons. Guys, we are budget building today. It is not my forte. It used to be, but it's not my forte anymore. I have to be very honest with you. We're also going to be using the rustic wooden spandrel. Guys, the cost difference between these is criminal. Like, this is 21 simoleons per, I'm going to say per 3 feet. That seems to be how the squares are measured in real life, like 3 feet by 3 feet. Versus the budget spandrel, which is 8 simoleons. I tried my no, I think I'm going to use those. We're going to do some yellow. I can't wait to get the siding on here. I'm actually going to be using a little bit different siding than what I did in my practice build. I went gray with yellow and white accents. I think I'm going to go purple, but like a light purple with yellow and white accents. I wanted to make it a little bit more appealing, whether your sim was male or female. But listen, it's an architectural style of this area, and I want that to shine through. Budget builds or starter homes are so hard to build, especially if you have a theme in mind, because you want to kind of show some variety in the style. Yes, I think we'll do that. You want to show some variety in the styles of houses you have for the neighborhood. You also want to respect the architectural integrity of those real life places that are inspiring your build, but you also need your sim to afford it. So any starter family with 1 or 2 adults will have about 20,000 simoleons. We'll have exactly 20,000 simoleons. All right, yes, this has been a little bit sun bleached. My idea is that the inside was updated and refreshed because it's fairly cheap to do. The outside maybe got a little bit of paint, made sure everything was structurally sound, but that was a while ago. And the sun has bleached away. It used to be very vibrant yellow. Now it's a little bit more tanny yellow, you know? So that's the story. That's why this is a more muted color palette than what I usually go for. We're gonna go with this front door. It's gonna go right here. Usually shotgun houses in real life have 2 front doors. Updated shotgun houses, if they didn't want the 2 front doors, usually convert this second one or one of them into a window. Sometimes they'll leave them though, because they'll open to it's just a separate entrance, just a different entrance into the house, and it's architecturally interesting. For our purposes though, wait, is this, oh, that's 10 simoleons more than what I want to be spending, but I love the little shutters. I think they're so cute. It does bother me that this window goes right out into one of the columns, but in order to fix that and make it symmetric, I have to add another column, and I don't know. Oh, that's honestly really cute. We'll have to make the sacrifice. I'm making the decision now. Sorry, guys. I'm spending your simoleons that we don't have. But you know what? It's worth it. This is a historic area of Willow Creek. Foundry Cove has been here since the beginning. It's exclusive real estate. Not exclusive really, but there are reasons why someone might want to live here. So we've got this lumber traditional hardwoods. It's 4 simoleons. I had actually the sloppy paint from Cats and Dogs is the exact same amount. What do we think? Oh, I think the other one has more character. I think it tells more of a story. So we're gonna go with that. And above here, oh, we don't actually have a ceiling. I don't know why it does that, but we can fix that pretty easily. I'm gonna go out to where I would normally put in walls. I'm gonna scroll down to our patios and actually pull this one out. I only have 2 tile wide porch here, and it should be 6 tiles wide. Oh, let me get the grid on. I can only do 5 tiles, but we'll move her and then adjust from here. I just have to be careful to not get rid of that little menu because I can't ever find it once I place them. If anyone has a trick for that, please let me know. Okay, so now, as you can see, since we've added a balcony, a little fake balcony up there, we now, ooh, let's go down. Thank you. We now have a roof. to be able to add our Haint Blue. Now, Haint Blue is a specific color. I think maybe I'll go with this base game one. Oh, you know what? I'm going into spending more money than we have. I actually would like to use the Paranormal pack, the Dramatic Parquet. And that has a really nice kind of sky blue color. Haint Blue is supposed to be like mimicking the sky. So we want to make sure that it fits in around here. Your sim may not be a native to Willow Creek, but they will understand. They'll probably be initiated by Mama Laveau that, listen, you are welcome to be here. Don't touch those Haint Blue ceilings. Okay. I'm also going to be grabbing one of these doors, and I'll pop it here for right now. That may change, the orientation of it may change. We are going to get some of those sturdy stairs. I may actually move this. Actually, no, it's staying right there. It's being difficult. Ooh, I don't have my build mode on. My BB dot move objects on. Oh no, you're not gonna be a butthead, are you? When in doubt, move it. Great, lovely. So let's get my cheat on. All right, so that's the basic shape of the house. Both of the entrances in and out to the back or side porch and the front. Let's get a nice stairwell on, shall we? Let's actually go for the cheaper one here. We'll go for the white. Again, we're saving as many simoleons as we can. Now, let's get the siding on. Let's get this place dressed and beautiful. Ah, yes, a beautiful purple siding. What should we do up here? I really like the scalloped detail up top here, and I hope that I can find something that I like. Oh, that's actually really cute. There's like this off-white. Oh, I like that quite a lot, actually. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, this looks like a little cottage. Creole cottage. Actually, no, two different styles, but still, I thought it was funny. So let's get our foundation colors on. What did I do in my practice build? And do I still like, oh, I would like it. I absolutely would like it. So these are no simoleons, which is great. It means we can afford it. And I'm going to just be doing this, what's it called? This Love of Lattice foundation. I grew up in Florida, partly, and I saw lattice foundations everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's not Louisiana, but you know, close enough. So this makes me think of growing up and all the houses that I saw. Actually, looking at this, do I want to move this over and then move the stairwell entrances? I do. One moment. All right, absolutely lovely. Okay, so can we get better lighting? Not particularly. Sorry, guys. This is probably the best that we're going to get. It now opens out to more this fishing area here. I just thought with this, it looked a little bit more like a driveway or a pathway up, and it would make more sense to have it coming up this way. I want to warn you, there is not going to be much for landscaping here. I do apologize. But, you know, we've got to do what we've got to do. I am going to be putting in some outdoor lighting because I want you guys to, you know, be able to see very well. I want your Sims to not be able to trip over their feet when they're coming up the stairs. We're just going to pop these ones up. I want to check the lighting on this because these aren't the ones that I used in my practice build. Oh, they give off a great amount of light. Oh, I love that. Okay, good deal. We'll keep those up and going. Do they have a better swatch? They do have white. I'm going to switch to white. Let's take a look at the decorative corbels. I do want to put these up. These are in quite a lot of the architectural images for places like New Orleans. I don't know necessarily that everybody wants that, but it just seems so quintessential. They're just little things to tell you where you are. This is New Willow Creek, inspired by New Orleans in my save. So I want you to get like little clues as to where you are. So we now need a mailbox because thank goodness those are free. I actually think we'll be putting it, I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. where this should go. This is very, very close to the road, and I think that your mail person is gonna have a hard time getting you your mail if I put it here. Maybe not. We'll chance it. Now we're moving on to something that you guys need that is definitely not free. So we're gonna give you a wheeled trash bin. I'm actually gonna be putting it right out here by that back porch, back entrance into the side yard. All right, I'm kind of liking it. Okay, so let's see what we can do with some terrain paint. You guys, there's not gonna be much except terrain paint because terrain paint is free. And the bushes are not. I may come in a little bit later into the debug menu and add some landscaping because we don't have the budget for it. This is a fairly big starter home, and I wanted it to be that way so that you guys could grow into it. If you guys just like the story of Foundry Creek, you could play here and be happy for the entirety of your Sims lives, at least until your next heir aged up and moved on with wherever it is in the Sims worlds they were going to be ending up. I think we'll probably do this. You guys don't have a shed either, which would absolutely be happening. It's very, very common to have just a little outdoor shed to be able to mill around in. You want to have somewhere to put your lawnmower. However, we don't mow lawns in The Sims. I really wished that they would have come out with a lawn mowing kit after the Bust the Dust kit. I think that that was probably one of my favorite kits, although I do love the everyday clutter kits. Just those little menial things. If you come with like a daily chores kit, like mowing the lawn, making your bed, things like that. I don't like doing them in my real life at all. But there's something about watching my Sims do it that just makes me feel accomplished. It's like I almost did it, even though that is not true. All right, I think we'll probably bring this down in a walkway kind of style, all the way here. Lovely. And then we'll join it with this. I'm gonna go down a square or two, maybe get a little diagonal action happening. Does that look natural? Maybe not. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I like it. Okay. It's going to look very bare, and I do apologize for that. If I could fence this in, I think it would make it look so much cuter, but you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. We're not going to be fussed with it. My idea is that this would be like a little cookout area, but you guys will move that in. This is put together with the idea like it is a house on the market, right? Everything to do with what is actually built into the house, that is what you guys are paying for. The furniture and stuff is that's on you. So I don't have the budget to do this and make it a complete thought. You guys, you know, you get to rags to riches it. You're welcome. I'm gonna take this stairwell, move it inside, lovely, and we're gonna stick that right at the back. This is very dark, so I'm also gonna be grabbing some lights and illuminating the place a little bit. I'm also gonna be putting in a floor plan, and I may do that off screen. Oh my goodness, actually, I'm doing a mirror image of all of my stuff. So, okay, all right. I tell you what, I can't ever just do things simply. I have to make little adjustments and tweaks here and there, and then try to make it harder on myself. So, okay, yes, I like that. That's perfect. So I'm gonna pop in this floor plan, and I will be right back in with you to show you around. All right, so I've actually got everything all placed. I went ahead and took the opportunity to add our windows. It looks odd from the outside, but when we get inside, it will be apparent why I did all of that. So if we want to go down to the front floor, to the first floor, then you're going to come into your living room. I'm actually going to add one more of these little saucer lights because it just seems very dark in here. Don't love that, but not sure how to fix it either. So other than to add more saucer lights, which is going to add more cost to you. So you come into your front room, your sitting room. This is going to be your kitchen dining area. This is a rather big, my idea is that it would be a master bedroom. In here, this little alcove is going to be laundry. My idea for this is that it's going to be a bathroom, as we know, our trusty 2x3. This is not behaving well, but this is your little stairwell. And then this is a bonus room. Could be an office, could be bedroom for kids. And like I said, it's fairly easy to go ahead and extend this as you need it. You can add another bathroom up here. But as for now, we have 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and I think a nice little place to grow into. So let's start adding all the stuff that would come with a usual house when you are buying on the market. We are starting this with just the bones of the house. No fixtures put in, no kitchen, no bathroom, nothing. And right now we're sitting at 12,261 simoleons as a lot value. I'm really hoping that we can keep it under 20,000, hopefully quite a bit under 20,000 for you guys so that you can decorate it as you need to. Like I said, my idea is that you would sort of play this like a rags to riches. So I'm going to try to be respectful of you guys' budget as I can. Maybe we'll do it like this. I would like a wraparound kitchen for you. I think I'm gonna have to shorten it though. No, not only because if I move it out here, the refrigerator that is, if I move it out here, that's really going to eat into your space where you can put a kitchen table, which you're going to need, absolutely going to need. But because the more counters I add, the more costly it gets for you, and I don't want that. I really tried hard not to use these, but I just love them so much. These little cottage living countertops look perfect. I think especially paired with these wallpapers from Parenthood. These little slats that they have here match pretty well, and I'm excited to get those in here for you. I think I might have placed this. No, I didn't. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna use this as a side-by-side stove and sink. I never do that ever, but we just have the demand for space. I wonder too, could I move it here? I could, but that's going to add cost for you guys, and I don't want to do that. We have to be respectful of the budget. The budget is king here. Yes, okay, I like that. Now, my idea for the interior is that they updated it. They put very cost-effective options in. So we've got some dark brown flooring with some white molding, and then they went with like a slate gray theme throughout all the common areas of the house. So they very on trend. It's very easy to add an accent color in there for you guys. Of course, you can repaint as you want to, as you have the budget. This is going to add a flow issue here. So we're going to move this because it doesn't work this way in The Sims, but if you had the oven door open and you opened the fridge, you couldn't do that in the other orientation. So I'm moving this around. You're welcome. I'm also not going to be adding cabinets. They're there specifically for aesthetics, and we don't have that kind of budget. Here is a little trash can so that you guys don't have to think about needing one. I may even come in and delete this because once we have that big one on the lot, we have all of the needs fulfilled for that trash can. What placement do I want? I want it here. There are also not going to be any decorations on the walls. I'm really toying with coming back in later and maybe adding some very, very basic furniture items. Like maybe they staged this while you guys were touring, or while your Sims were touring all of the places for sale in New Willow Creek. And you were like, hey, if I throw in a couple extra simoleons, can I just buy the staged furniture? Possibly. But at this, it's in Foundry Creek. I imagine that at this income level, they wouldn't have too much in the way of that, or at least marking things so that I can communicate to you guys what I see the rooms being used for, although it's not really going to matter. What matters is what you see them for. So I think we'll do that. In the kitchen, I think that's pretty much done. Bedroom, I think it's a nice little baby blue. Of course, you guys can switch it to whatever it is you want, but I wanted to go with solids, something that would be easy to paint over. It's also the cheapest painted option. And I'm gonna give you guys a little air mattress to sleep on. It's only 343 simoleons. That is quite an expensive air mattress, but you know, you gotta have a place to rest your head. And until you guys can afford something a little bit nicer, maybe that's not the worst. Now, there are cheaper beds, but this looks like, you know, hey, we're waiting for our furniture to arrive. I like the story of that. This is probably similar to how I'm going to be doing all of my homes, my empty homes. In each neighborhood, my idea is that we would have at least one home for you guys to move into to each neighborhood. I would want one open for each player. Now, I'm gonna leave this for now, but we'll come back to it. We also need to do the bathroom. I do want the hardware fixtures in. When you buy a home, you buy the bathroom too. It's already done. So we're going to be doing that. I am also going to be putting in some toilet paper for you guys. That's something I consistently forget to add in builds of mine. And so I want to help you out. There is a cheaper sink here, and I would love to do that, but these ones are cuter. I think that this would be more probable. And this one has no counter space, but it just looks, I don't know, more historically probable. I'm toying with adding this one in. In fact, I think I will. I'm gonna sacrifice the simoleons for it. I'm sorry. This lot will equal gosh darn near 20,000 simoleons, but you'll see how I do that. I'm thinking I'll add little boxes on the lot. One of you guys actually had a really, really great idea for that. Thank you so much. I'm for sure going to be using it. This is from Dream Home Decorator. I like the little shelf in here and that it's thicker. My idea is that it would open and there'd be storage behind there. All right, wonderful. It's hurting me to not put rugs in, but the previous buyer would have taken their rugs. Nobody wants to have used bathroom rugs just sitting around. We're gonna put in a tub because I don't know what you guys' needs will be. Maybe you have a dog and having a tub makes owning them a lot easier. You can brush them clean, but you have to do that a couple of times. It takes some time. Maybe you're gonna have a toddler. Maybe you're gonna have, you know, any number of folks that could just use a bath. It takes forever to get clean, but it's a sacrifice we make for the households we aspire to. You guys also lucked out. The previous buyer did not want to take their washer dryer set, so they are leaving it for you. They have a white one. You can replace it with whatever it is you would like to. I'm not gonna be putting in the little hampers, not normally. They wouldn't leave those. Really upstairs, I don't foresee doing much, maybe adding a few boxes. Let's see where we're at for simoleons. 16.5, not bad, not bad. I think I'm gonna add this little sofa. This is such a classical, like 90s normal sofa for me. I don't think it's the newest thing, but it's in good shape, and they didn't want to take it because they were getting a new set. So they're leaving that for the new buyer as like a bonus add-in. The previous buyer was into white furniture. It's not in the best condition. Again, they have a new TV unit. They decided to leave it for you, so that way you could use it as a coffee table, whatever it is you guys want to do. I'm wondering if I shouldn't leave like an old table somewhere, maybe. That would be fun. Like I said, they were very into white furniture. They wanted the nice gray walls with the dark flooring, and to make it pop, they did white furniture. I've put out this one from the Werewolves pack. They're getting a new set. This one has to have a book under the table leg in order for it to not wobble. But you know what? If you guys want to sell it and get something else, that is your prerogative. I think we'll probably move this even one more. Yes. Okay, right to the center here. No, we'll put it back so that you guys can have space for chairs. I'm gonna pull out this folding chair from City Living. Actually, maybe they left you guys a couple. They left you guys a couple of folding chairs, and you know, congrats. If you guys want to sell them and get something nicer, go for it. But for right now, your seating needs are covered. And right now we're at 17.4, so I think we're doing pretty well. Now it's time to move in these little boxes. Before we do that though, let's go outside. We're gonna add, this is like a for rent thing, but it's really for it being sold. Like that's the story. This is sold. This is you guys' starter home. Or if it's not sold yet, if you decided to move in somewhere else, or maybe you didn't want to play with a sim, then it could be for sale. Whilst I'm out here, I just want to see, would it be terrible to add a fence, like crazy expensive? I already know the answer. It is. It absolutely is crazy expensive to add a little fence. Oh, that wasn't too bad, actually. I think it's worth it. I think we'll keep it. Oh, so many tough choices. But you do have the fence that everybody else has. So congratulations to you. Thank goodness the purple on the siding kind of looks like the blue in this fence, because we do not have a white swatch. What the heck, Sims team? Oh my gosh. I hope we get a refresh of that fence. So yeah, 18.5 is a great place to be. Now let's add some boxes. I'm gonna go to the storage filter, and then if you go to miscellaneous, you get these great little boxes from Eco Lifestyle. Here is little moving boxes. I'm gonna put one on the porch because you gotta be able to, to know that we're moving in. We're kind of doing this in stages, right? This is going in the bedroom. I'm gonna see if I have the option perhaps to add, maybe a mirror, something like that for you guys in here. I wanna kind of make it clear that this is mid move-in. These little suitcases from the Growing Together pack are a must. I don't know how many of your Sims are moving in, so I'll just put in two. One older one and one that possibly, it's either like smaller stuff or like for a child, I don't know. In my house, when I was moving, trunks were valid pieces of furniture. So this is one of the trunks that you guys have, that your Sim has. It's got all sorts of very important things in it. Here's a little moving box as well. I can't wait to start stacking these things. I think it's gonna look so cute. We've got some trinkety stuff that we're just gonna keep on here. I don't know about you guys, but when I move, not only do things go in trash bags, but they go in backpacks that I forgot eons ago that I had. So we're putting that in. This box is going right upstairs into, maybe a baby's room, in the future. They are worth 65 simoleons each, so my idea is that you can like trade them in for actual pieces of furniture. I don't know what the resale value is though, so admittedly, it's a little flawed. So let's actually I want to size this down by 2 maybe. And then we are going to put this on your counter. Maybe we've got some plates, dishes, stuff like that that's going to be moved in. Let's pop this right about here. This definitely looks like some outside storage, so we're going to pop that around. Let's switch it maybe to white. They left it for you guys. Why not? I'm also just going to be adding some like shoe boxes, just little boxes of like partially opened things in various conditions as well. We've got to make sure that everything is made it from your last place. Let's add this here. Like, you don't have your dishwasher in yet. We're still getting our plates and stuff out. We don't know where this is going, but we'll set it here for now. Got some more kitchen boxes. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but this definitely needs to go, I feel, up in here. Lovely. You'll figure out where to put the boxes or the books later once you get a bookshelf. You haven't unpacked your record player yet, but thank goodness you found those vinyls. And let's put some snacks in the kitchen for you because it's hungry work. Okay, moving. And with that, we are just about as close as we can get without going over the 20,000 simoleon mark. If I do say so myself, this is kind of cute for 20,000 simoleons considering the area that it's in. I think it keeps pretty well with Foundry Creek. And Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna miss this little neighborhood. This was our last little video of this neighborhood, but that is okay. That just means that we are going to be on a new chapter. Next week, we're going to reimagine the pancakes in the neighborhood of Courtyard Lane. I cannot wait to start that chapter with you. I very much appreciate your eyeballs. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you've been watching a lot of these videos but you're not subscribed yet, I invite you to consider it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And as always, happy simming.